Hey, Action Figure Minute fans. It's Sunday, March 30th. And man, it's been a minute since I've done a haul video. I think it's been 3 weeks. Last week I was away at MuskeCon. I did the Friday night Mythic Midwest meetup. Then Saturday at the con, I had to dip out a little early, so sorry if I didn't get to say my goodbyes to a couple of the people that I was hanging out with there. My parents had their anniversary dinner, so I had to dip out. I think it was around 1, 2 o'clock so I can drive home. But I had a blast. It was a super fun time. Pete McCarthy, you did a great job on the show once again. Already excited to meet up next year. Got to see some really cool things there. We saw the stretch goal figures from the Mythic Legion's Baratheer Dragon Wave, also Dragon Head, Dragon Fire, all sorts of cool things. The Mythic Legion's Baratheer campaign is going on. I believe the last day is April 6th. Now, I haven't backed it yet. And I've been saying for a while, I've been thinking about what I was going to do. I knew I was going to back it, but then I talked with Jeremy Gerard at MuskeCon, and I said, hey, I haven't backed it yet, but I'm planning on backing it starting April 1st. The new month, new credit card billing cycle. Push that bill out, to the next month's Justin, so future Justin can worry about that. And he said, a lot of people were doing that as well. I was not alone with that because there was not an incentive to purchase early. So I made a fun little event on the Cabal, and it's not really anything. It's just like a call to action for the Cabal members and for the collectors. So April 1st, I'd called the event Bey-day. And if you purchase April 6th, if you purchase April 1st, it's all going on the same billing cycle if you're purchasing via credit card. So my call to action for you all is, if you're buying this dragon, don't play chicken with the end of the campaign. Purchase it on April 1st, buy on Bey-day. Let's get that gravy train momentum truck rolling for Four Horsemen. Let's show them our support, and hopefully by the end of it, we'll do a little kick jump start to the campaign on April 1st, and then by April 6th, the close of the campaign, if that's the correct date, we get everything unlocked. So we get the biggest bang for our buck with all the unlocks. So I'm calling all you out. If you're purchasing Baratheer, if you're backing the dragon, let's go. April 1st, Bey-day. Let's do it. But let's move on now to my haul for the week. Several things that I ended up purchasing. Target was doing quite a bit of sales. I don't know, it was pre-Easter sales or whatever it might be. But I ended up buying things that I already purchased, if I purchased them at full price, so I can return on my original receipts, save some dollars here and there. And a couple of the things that I picked up, one of them I picked up Bret Hart. I hadn't picked up this Legends Bret Hart yet. This is from WrestleMania 9. He wrestled Yokozuna. And cool look for Bret. I also repurchased JBL and Psycho Sid. I didn't purchase Ravishing Rick Rude. I didn't feel like I needed another Ravishing Rick Rude. Didn't really care for he usually has cool designs and everything on his tights. I didn't feel like I needed it, but I ended up getting Bret. I repurchased Sid and JBL. I took them back into the old receipts so I can save, I think it might have been like at least $10 each. So it's pretty close to it. So good savings there. I also ended up hemming and hawing if I was going to pick up this Dusty figure. I already had the original Dusty, which this may have been like wave 1 of when Mattel took over doing WWE figures from Jakks. So it's still a good figure, but you can see, complexion differences, night and day differences here. They actually have different head sculpts as well. So, this is a very fun one. I don't know which one, if I'm going to do the big face for my primary display or the kissy face. I really do kind of like the pose on the back here. So that might be what I land with. But I ended up being happy. I think he was under $20, plus, the spend 50, get 10 more off that they were doing last week. So another upgrade for the Dusty figure. So I'm excited. Go Dusty. Son of a Plumber. Then I picked up this Mattel Jurassic Park Scutosaurus. Now, I don't buy too many Jurassic Park figures, dinosaurs, but I thought this guy looked really cool. I saw him a few weeks ago and he was sold out everywhere, and then I saw Target had it in stock, and I thought this Scutosaurus would look really cool, sitting next to a Mythic Legions Goblin. Can you believe it or not? So, ended up getting him. Super cool, super fun. Happy to add the new dino to the collection. And then for Mario, this King Boo looked really awesome. I'm not going to probably do anything with the Luigi because I collect the 4-inch scale of the Super Mario figures, but the King Boo will go really well with that. I think he might even have, it looks like he says glow in the dark. He's got a glow in the dark feature. I look like he might have one of those you pull him back and he shoots forward, but I don't think, maybe he does not have that. It was way overpriced standard MSRP, but it was on sale, plus part of the spend and save. So I ended up picking up King Boo finally. And then, last but not least, from Target, I ended up getting Ahsoka's T6 Shuttle. They had this marked down to $20, plus again part of the spend more, save more sale. For one of my new obsessions, Star Wars Galaxy Micro Squadron. So very cool, big ship. Happy to add yet another one to that budding collection. Then I lucked out big time at Walmart. So at Walmart, I have a hard time finding these wrestling build-a-figure waves. So I lucked out. As soon as I saw that they were making Golga, what was it? The Oddities. That's right. Golga from the Oddities. I'm like, man, I had to get it. And Golga is Earthquake. I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, under that getup. So a fun figure to add to the shelf. So I'm holding this up so long. This is British Bulldog. Probably one of my least favorite figures of the wave that I was least excited for, but Bulldog was always, I loved him as a wrestler, just not an exciting look for Bulldog. I got Hardcore Hack, some people might call him Sandman, I believe, but I don't have a Sandman in my collection. I kind of held off. I landed on getting this one just because he was part of the Build-A-Figure wave for Golga. So I ended up getting Sandman. Sandman, he comes with the torso. And who did Bulldog come with? Bulldog came with the legs. So 2 for 2. At my Walmart that I went to, it was heavy on Kane and Bulldog figures. So I got this Kane. I don't have this look for Kane, so it was cool to get. I have several Kane figures. You're always like, do you need Kane in every single iteration of his outfit? But again, we're building Golga. Kane came with Golga's head. So we got that. So the two hardest figures for me to find, again, were Hardcore Hack. The shipper at the Walmart that I found untouched had 2 of him and only 1 Booker T. And it was, nobody else had got to that shipper before me. So he might be the hard one. Maybe they just didn't evenly disperse these on the shippers when they sent them out to stores. But, and Booker T came with the arms for Golga. So very cool. Happy to check this one off the list. Get them all, open them up, build them some days, build Golga, and maybe we'll get more of those oddities. That'd be awesome. I'd be definitely here for that. So let's move on to, actually, I've got a couple set aside over here. Let me jump over here. Did a RossCon today, a little Ross jump, and only found one little thing, but it's a chain chomp. Looks like he was $3. He'll also get added to my Super Mario collection. Really not much you do here. I think the chain is kind of loose. Shake it around. But he'll just kind of sit there on the shelf next to Mario and look like he's about to bite him in the hiney or something. And Chelsea Green. This box is beat to heck. So a lot of these boxes for these Mattel WWE figures feel super thin. But happy to get Chelsea Green. I probably would have preferred, I think this one had like a chase more in a pinkish color, but Chelsea Green is one of my favorites in wrestling right now. She's funny, she's fun, she's super athletic. I really want to get this Terry Gordy figure. I don't have him yet. I'd like to pick up two, one for the Executioner look and one to be without the look, and then maybe use those Executioner accessories on my Mythic Legions collection. But again, hey, Chelsea Green, you're awesome. You're a rock star. You know, keep it up. Happy to add Chelsea to the line. All right, now we'll move on to the next. All right, next round of pickups that I ended up getting. It's kind of a hodgepodge of things. I went to that Yoho store I think I told you about a couple weeks ago, and I found a Marlena. I did not have Marlena in my collection. Now, my daughter saw this, and she's like, what the heck is that? She's like, is this some sort of weird cake topper? And she's not wrong. I mean, she's got some just arm articulation. But Marlena, the valet, the manager to go with my gold dust. So that's super, very fun to add to the shelf. And it was just a couple dollars too. And it wasn't all beat to heck like I've seen everywhere. There's a little smudge on the side of her hair right there. But most of these I've seen on eBay when I've looked, they've been in terrible condition. So that was super just odd to stumble upon. Then I did a purchase off of Facebook's Jazwares MicroGalaxy group, and I got this Republic gunship, and with the troopers, and he actually threw in this FDM printed flight stand for it, so that was really cool of the seller. Adding again to this MicroGalaxy Squadron collection. Comes with the tiny little ARC troopers in there, and we got a pilot in the cockpit, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and check out another. I got the Imperial Shuttle from him as well. And we've got the Emperor on the inside of this guy. I think we open it up like this, and we open it up like this. Yep. We can see Emperor and his Royal Guards in there. Let's get in close. So I'm really enjoying this line. I got to find out where I am going to, I'll just go ahead and set that aside, where I'm going to display these, but I think they're going to look really cool on a shelf. And he also included with it, I had a Naboo N1 Starfighter, which I just showed on the channel actually. And then this Shadow V-Wing Starfighter as well, which is this, this is a rare one of 15,000. I don't know how rare that actually makes it, but I didn't have it, so it was cool to add this to my collection. And we're going to keep going on this Jazwares Star Wars MicroGalaxy train. From Amazon, I picked up Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Starfighter set. So this comes with her on the back. We got the names. It says the Jedi Interceptor and the Delta ZB Starfighter. So very neat. I mean, you only get one Ahsoka for two ships. So that's, kind of odd. They could have at least, been cool if they would have included two figures, one for each ship. But you've got your display options there, so you can decide how you want to do that. But I think this was on sale for $13 for two of the ships, so that was neat. And then we'll move to yet another Jazwares Star Wars MicroGalaxy. This one I purchased right from Jazwares, the Vault. I didn't open them up before, but couldn't even really remember, and they pack these things really well. I mean, inside the box, they've got these corner protectors and everything. So let's go down memory lane and let's see what it was I purchased. So this was a light Series 7. Sorry, I'm kind of fumbling and looking as I do this, but this is a Series 7 light armor class collection. Go ahead and open that up too real quick. They got box inside a box inside a box. So what's neat about when you open these, it's still kind of hard to pull on that damaged shoulder of mine, man. And then you got to cut tape to get in here. I guess we're going to go this far because I don't have I do have a blade. Let's go ahead and cut this guy open too. We're doing this all live on the fly. Man, what a display in these. So opening it up, and it's got the sticker up here, one of 1,500 for these collections. We open it up. Got a nice piece of paper in here to protect. And what are we all getting here? What did I buy? So I got Sunterfell's TIE Interceptor, Kylo Ren's TIE Whisper destroyed, Kylo Ren's TIE Whisperer not destroyed, Sace Tin's Jedi Starfighter. I always like Sace Tin, very devilish looking with the horns, and then a Vulture droid. So, man, what a display. Way to knock it out of the park, Jazwares. So yeah, I got this. It says 12 pieces. Is there something else in here that I don't know about? Maybe they're counting the little figures. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and move it on to the next one. Okay, we got two stores here. First, we're going to do Mythic Legions from the Wolf King himself, Len LaGuardia. I ended up getting the Spooky Scary Skeleton set. So I think we called these I think Four Horsemen called these the Ashen Skeletons. And you got a 4-pack that came with a couple different heads and some skeleton masks, a skeleton bone mask to put on top of your skeleton head. I thought that was kind of weird, but I guess it might also be kind of fun. Some vampire. This one right here is like a vampire style skeleton head. And it, the packaging was super cool and fun. Reminds me of that, that old Disney cartoon, Spooky Scary Skeletons. There's even a little book back here, and you can see it in the packaging as well. So I got one at MuskeCon, and I don't think it made it back up to the room with me. But anyway, while purchasing from the Len LaGuardia on Wolf King Customs, one of the perks for purchasing this retail set from him was getting some 3D printed head sculpts thrown in with it. I don't like the way I'm displaying that right here, so let's get up here and see what we can do. So this is like a skull with mushrooms growing out of his head. So there's one. Let's see if we can do this. This thingy. Doesn't that work? So we got a skull with a helmet and horns. That one's cool looking, like that one. And this one, it's like a Cyclops skull. And what's neat about these, since they're bones, they could just be diorama fillers. I mean, you don't even need to put them on a figure. And you can just paint them up and throw them on the ground in your collection. And then we add this guy. Looks like worms and bugs and maybe what am I doing? Yeah, I'm not so hot at this thing, doing these, trying that out. So this is probably going to be one that once you start painting, the details will start really popping out and you'll see what it all is. Kind of hard to see, but it definitely looks like bugs. I mean, that's a creepy crawly coming out of the eye and out of the skull. And then also, Len LaGuardia at MuskeCon, he donated people that showed up to the Mythic Midwest meetup. He threw in some head sculpts for people. So this is the Steve-O Beg tribute style head. So I got one of these for Sir Steve-O Beg. Super nice guy in the community. And then, what are we going to call this guy? I mean, to me, it looks like a dwarf elf with those ears. Dwarven elf. So thanks a lot, Len. Shout out for these two freebies from the Mythic Midwest meetup. Gonna throw those in the 3D resin print collection. And I got two big boys here. It took NECA printed these labels off, I think minimum 2.5 months ago, and they finally shipped. So he didn't get just one. Put that right here. He got two. He got two. So it's very cool that NECA put these cartoon street scene diorama sets back out. I have a space over yonder. It's a mess right now, but I'm gonna be able to start putting that display together with these. I had one of these back in the day during the first release, but I think I sold it for like $600 on eBay. It was getting ridiculous up there. I'm like, you know what? I don't need the cartoon-inspired Deco one. I'll get one of the standard ones when they re-release it. And just as the standard one was about to come in stock and land in the United States, they announced they were going to re-release this guy. So that was clutch, able to get two of these again. All right, one more to go, and it's a big one. I almost forgot some of my MuskeCon pickups. I definitely got myself one of the legendary barbarians for the Mythic Legions line, and they sold out of these. They only allowed one of these per person, the Four Horsemen. They kept it pretty limited what they sent to the MuskeCon, so happy I was able to get one of these, and happy that, as many fans as possible that were wanting to get one of these could get these, and people weren't buying them up and other people were left without. So, very cool that I had the opportunity to grab one of these. Thanks, Pete. Thanks for Four Horsemen Studios for making these available. And then I also picked up a few random Marvel Legends figures from Travis Bowles of the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast group. And also this guy, I got him from Tardy's Collectibles, Gavin Willard's actual store in Grand Rapids. So Phantom X, I did not have a Phantom X in my Marvel Legends collection. And I also ended up getting several comic books that he pulled for me and brought to the show. So, hey, Gavin, go check out his shop, people. Gavin Willard's TARDIS Collectibles in Grand Rapids. You heard it here on the Action Figure Minute. And then I picked up a couple random Marvel Legends figures I have. I think this guy might be a Kit Bash. I'm blanking right now off the group that he's out of. But I definitely did not have this guy. So happy to add him to the collection. Reavers? I think it's the Reavers. But I think it also might be a Kit Bash of Crossbones. So I got that guy. And then I got this spectral girl, and I don't recall her name off the top of my head. I know that she came in an exclusive all females box set, and I don't have any of the figures from that box set, but she was loose and available for a good price. I think I picked her up from the old man Kyle. And I got one of the cuckoos girls, and she came with all the accessories as well. And whatever, somebody tell me, what's this Spider-Man's name? What are we calling this guy? I knew I didn't have him, so I got him. And then finally, last but not least, I saw this. I'm like, they had it marked for only $5. I'm like, man, this looks beat to heck, but I don't have a Valkyrie. I could probably fix this up. And Travis Bowles of the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me stopped me, and he's like, he pulled over Joe Crazy Bill, and I guess Joe Crazy Bill, he started this custom Valkyrie and just never finished it. So it's got sculpted on armbands and bracers and tatas, bigger tatas. So I'm like, you know what, $5, I'll have fun. I'll complete this and make it shiny and new. And then I got to send Joe Crazy Bill a photo of the finished product. So just some couple random odds and ends Marvel Legends figures. All right, last haul. And I ended up also picking this up at MuskeCon. I participated in the Kickstarter Armies of Ashmore. Armies of Ashmore, created by Matthew Rodriguez for his comic book line, Defenders of Eden. And he actually had and partnered up with the Four Horsemen Studios to have them sculpt his figures for his line. And you maybe have seen my video I posted with him last year at MuskeCon where we were looking at all the prototypes. And this year they've just landed. So let's take a look real quick at the figures I was able to grab. I'm going to take them out of the case here. And he didn't get one cast bar, but he got two. So this is Caspar, tribute to my buddy Michael Caspar, and it's like a Triceratops guy. The packaging on these figures is phenomenal. There's this really cool spine art. When you line all of them together, all the figures, it creates this really cool picture display for you in-box collectors. I'm not that guy. Maybe I'll set them all up and do a quick photo before I start ripping into them. But Caspar, he was a Kickstarter exclusive figure. Albino infantry warrior. On the back, I'm not going to read to you here today, but on the back of all of these packagings, it has a little bio for the figures. Details, it looks like here, probably on the story of Defenders of Eden. So, awesome figure. He was definitely one of my first ones to put in the cart to order during the Kickstarter. Didn't get one, but he got 2 of those. Then I got a weapons pack. Now, this weapons pack, I believe it was painted up by Eric Miller, and they did these weapons more in a stylized that would fit in and work well with Mythic Legion's Ogres figures. So it might be kind of hard to see on the glare on the back, so on the glare in the front, so we'll switch to the back so you can see what comes with this pack. So it's a smaller pack. There's another weapons pack that I purchased, we'll look at here in a second. But this one is painted more, again, Mythic Legion style. And it has just 4 pieces in it or so. So it's a smaller pack. Let's see if I can see pack number 2. This looks like it's it. So this other pack is for all of the figures. It's another accessory add-on set. Again, might be kind of hard to see with the glare here. We'll flip it over to the back. We can see cool art again on the side. I wonder if Nate Barch did this as well. Should probably have known that before looking. I know I can read to you again as well. Let's see what they say on the bottom here. Creative illustrator, Matthew Rodriguez. Illustrations and package concepts, CJ Edwards. Packaging, graphic design, illustrations, Andrew Kramer. Production manager, The Straight Poop, Chris Garwich. And sculpts were done by Four Horsemen Studios. So again, not Nate Barch art, but still extremely, it is very cool art on the side. And again, I'll do a picture with the overlay of the spine art of all these figures. So you get a lot more in this pack. You can see here, we'll do a side by side. This is the same packaging because there's a lot more in here, same size as the figures, the big beefy figures, where this is a much thinner, slimmer pack. This is basically the size. This is half this size. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got next. Now this, we'll go with Kuzo. This was my favorite of all the figures. Armor Division Kuzo, named after Four Horsemen Bill Mancuso, I believe. I know it is. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing correctly, I should say. Again, we've got the bio on the back. And I really just like this Stegosaurus. And I'm not a dinosaur junkie, but the Stegosaurus look of this guy. He was my favorite in the Kickstarter. But, us collectors, we gotta get them all. So, and then this is Milwick, named after one of the Swedes, Emil Milwick. Emil, can't remember Emil's last name off the top of my head, but Emil, you know Emil. We've got Emil Wickman. There we go. We've got cool spine art here on the side, and you can see this is a long neck. And obviously they couldn't package him with the long neck, so the long neck is over here on the side. So you go ahead and you assemble it this way, and you give him all the neck that you want, all that long neck. Let's see who we got next. Now this is Rydor. Now one thing I will see too, I'm not mint package, but taking these in and out of the cases and cartons when they slip in and out. You got to be careful if you want to keep these minty fresh. But this is Rydor, and this is named after the other Swede, Tomas Ryberg. So the Swedes representing here in the armies of Ashmore. Another Triceratops style figure, green, and these are hefty. I mean, these are big boys. I still have my Mythic Legion's dragon here next to him side by side. I mean, they're pretty much very close to same size. Try and do a side-by-side display of those when we get them all together. Now we have General Saros, legendary warrior General Saros. And I believe this is Steve Buscatti's of the My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me podcast's favorite. I don't know who Saros might be named after. I can't think of that off the top of my head. Saros, he's got some eye damage here. Not in paint, in sculpt. He's seen some things. He's missing an eye. But nice poppy blue color. And then we've got Vassipo, the Royal Guard, named after Joe Vassipolo from Four Horsemen Studios. And we got him on the side here, again with that side art, the bio. This one's really cool because he's got these, what do you want to call them, the big dinosaur plates that you plug into their back. So he'll be, to me, he kind of looks with the staff and, I don't know, I guess that crack of lightning's behind him, but I kind of pictured this guy. It says he's a Royal Guard, but he looked like a dinosaur mage to me. Maybe he'll be that in my world. And 2 left. He didn't get 1, but he got 2. Again, this is the Spectral Milwick. This, along with Caspar, were Kickstarter exclusives. So this is the Spectral version of Milwick, the long neck. And you can put them together. And again, since these were exclusives, I picked up 2 of these guys. So 2 of each of the Kickstarter exclusives, Caspar and Milwick, Spectral Milwick. So I'm excited. I'm probably going to go pop one of these open up now so I can film one. And, they're really cool, beefy. I'm excited to see what Matthew Rodriguez and the Four Horsemen continue to do with this series. We're over 600 subscribers strong now. So, hey, guys, thank you very much for that. I appreciate all the new subscribers, the shares, the comments. Let's keep this ball rolling. Your guys' support, truthfully, does mean the world for me. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your Sunday. And this has been your Action Figure Minute. Peace.